One neat thing about this game is whenever you end your game in a different area, there's a different title screen or a different set of title screens that can occur. Here is one from part of the Obsidian Mirelands where we can in fact see the Silesian Ruins entrance. Hey guys, Stitches here, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Pokemon Legends Arceus. Last time we had one hell of a 2:30 a.m. adventure where I grinded for an hour. And then we fought Lilligant. We also found some wisps and stuff. But we completed the main quest. Urizu's Predicament. And additionally, some of our party members evolved. So we have Zaldin and Scallop have both reached their final stages of evolution. Hell, I could, like, ride you. Please be careful not to step. That. I don't think Crobat ever does it in the games, but in Pokemon Stadium 2, Crobat can open its mouth, and it has, like, an underbite. But I don't think they allow it to in mainline Pokemon games. Sorry, my commentary hasn't been great. There's, like, this weird... I don't know if it's, like, mold spores in my room or something, or if it's, like, just lingering smoke from when I lit incense down here. But it's, like, gotten weirdly hard to breathe in my room. And, like... I think it's, like, the smoke, because it only occurred after that. But, I don't know. Could also just be the winter air. But anyway, so last episode we calmed down Lilligant, in a much more climactic battle than our one with Cleavor. This one involved dodging. We actually got dinged up a bit. And Zaldin was the MVP, pretty much being able to take down Lilligant in battle. So we really fought alongside our Pokemon. Anyway, if we come over here now, we can actually see there's new buildings being constructed, because Commander Komodo wants us to meet him at Galaxy Hall for the next mission, after we greeted some new immigrants. From elsewhere, I don't really know where, but new people immigrating. And we can now do quite a bit of stuff. So the town actually does, like, change and evolve throughout the game, which I think is cool. But before we do that, we can kind of just look around town. There's some construction going on. So why don't we go and ask about stuff? Is that lettuce? It's like lettuce or cabbage. Ooh, do you want... Nice to see you again, Miss Survey Corps. You always got great timing, as always. I want to make fields even bigger, but we don't have enough helpers to keep them watered. Lend us a water-type Pokemon. Or just a Pokemon that owns a water type move. I guess take him. Is that really our only... I could lend you my frickin' guy. Oh, I actually have a few. I could lend you Vidbarrel. Your Pokemon will be a big help in expanding the fields. Might as well get started. Wowie, your Pokemon is an irrigation sensation. Now I'm all pumped up. Sit back. Old Miller's gonna make the field bigger than ever. So I think he increases them to 2x2, but I might be wrong. No, only 3 plots. Okay. Any crops we plant here will do great, and it's all thanks to you two. We'll keep your Pokemon here to help out with the field work a while longer. Just holler if you want to swap in a different Pokemon. So. Yeah. Anyway, just... the crops still need time to grow. Man. So yeah, we can't harvest our crops yet, but that's another request down. What a tail. Asabe. What a remarkable tale that was. The Pokemon it belonged to must have been a wee little thing, and it was hiding behind some rocks. I found it. With naught but its tail poking out. But it was a tail that I'd give anything to see again. Think you could catch the Pokemon I'm talking about? Its tail was elegant and swirly like a spring. Come show it to me after you catch it, and I'll give you a nice reward. Elegant tail. A tail that curls like a spring makes me think of Spoink. Sproink, or whatever it's called. I don't remember if it's Spoink or Sproink. There's something I want to look up real quick. So there is one thing I wanted to talk about when this game was announced. This game was announced, so the thing about Gen 4 is Gen 4 introduced creation myths to Pokemon. And many people know that this has led to some documents that recently got leaked that were like writing prompts, where they kind of just inserted Pokemon into real creation myths. They were obviously never canon and aren't canon. But a lot of people were talking about how, like, ew, this Pokemon's gross now. And it's like, it was never canon, it was never going to be canon. It was a writing exercise that was just kept as reference. So the big thing is that in Diamond and Pearl, in the Japanese version, there was a creation myth called Sinnoh Folk Story 3. And there's an excerpt from that myth that reads as following. There were Pokemon that became very close to humans. There once were humans and Pokemon that ate together at the same table. It was a time when there existed no differences to distinguish the two. So a lot of people have interpreted this, and I think there's another unused text that can be, that's in the game files or something, that talks about people in Pokemon wedding. But it also states that this was a time where the line between what a human is and what a Pokemon is wasn't super clear. So they were just two sets of beings that roamed the earth. It wasn't like it was one particular thing, but there was a lot of jokes about how this was going to be the Pokemon game, like, that had the sex update. But yeah. Anyway, let's talk to Lucille. Lucille has some stuff. Lucille has the charms. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up any because we're already pressed for, you know, inventory space on the regular as it is. But there are more requests floating around, so we're just gonna get to those really quick because a lot of them don't show up until you get closer. Hello again, valued customer. You arrived in the nick of time. I'm afraid Tao Hua is refusing to do business with me again. I think I was pronouncing his last name Hua before. It's Hua. I don't know why I say it like that. He won't listen to a word I say. Could you try to persuade him again? Make sure you bring him 3 pop pods. Perhaps after this he'll actually accept me. I don't know if I showed it off, but now you can buy more stuff. Like, you can buy pre-made cakes in addition. You can also buy feather balls, which is cool. Also, Rizu is here now in the village. She kind of just hangs out here. Anth has more of a request. There's a Pokemon I think that would be a perfect inspiration for designs. It's the species called Shellos. I've heard it has different forms depending on where it lives, with different colorings too. If I could just compare its different forms, I'm certain I'd be filled with inspiration. Could you show me Shellos' different forms? One can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands and the other in the Cobalt Coastlands. That's an area we haven't gone yet. And then Dagiro has another one. Thanks again for lending me a hand with getting a photo of Baniri last time. Recruit. Everyone in the village sure loved it. I was hoping I might ask your help on another task. In fact, would you take a look at this? Dust Skull. Rather eerie, wouldn't you say? That thing was so close and yet I had no idea. Even there when a photo is being taken. Isn't the whole thing with ghosts that they can't be captured in photos, or is that they can't? I don't know. From a shot like this, I can't even say with any certainty whether it's a Pokemon or something else entirely. It's a Pokemon. If you recognize that thing in the photo as some Pokemon that truly exists out there in the wild, I'd like to see it. I'd sure love your help on this. The Pokemon in the nighttime photo. So that Pokemon is Duskull. It's a ghost Pokemon. Speaking of ghost Pokemon, there's a little bit of discussion about ghost Pokemon, whether they're actually Pokemon that have died, people that have died, or just Pokemon with ghost-like properties. It's kind of the same thing with steel Pokemon, how not all steel Pokemon are made of steel, but rather they're materials that are metallic in nature, or they have a certain hardness. An example is Dialga is actually a steel type, despite it being based on diamonds. Even though diamonds would more accurately be a rock. But yeah, there's just more stuff going on, like there's this. Hey, how do you get a Pokemon to be your friend? Anyway, Bon is here. Can I interest you in a candy? Anyway, we can purchase experience candy now. You can purchase small ones for 1,600 and medium ones for 6,000. This also implies that people can eat these, and I wonder what they would even do to a person. It's like a senzu bean. The Pokemon Nobles are seriously powerful Pokemon that protect the Diamond and Pearl clans. It's incredible to think you're even stronger than they are. When is your thing gonna evolve? When is Bugene gonna evolve into the thing? Do you have anything else? Nope, still just the Max Revive set. even know if we went to the hairdresser in a previous thing. I won't be changing Akari's haircut. That is one thing I will be saying, is I won't be changing Akari's haircut. So her default, her appearance will remain mostly default. I just kind of like this appearance for her because, I mean, it represents how I've developed her as a character overall. Anyway, I think that's it for requests. Oh, nope, there's one more. It's down this way. It's in this building, isn't it? Yep. Oh, there's an Eevee here. It's a boy Eevee. I can tell. Loaro. Why, if it isn't one of the youngins from the Survey Corps, good thing you dropped by. I need some help making friends with this Eevee. Do you think you can lend a hand? God, it looks so like Gormless from this angle. Kanala, my granddaughter, brought the little guy home with her the other day, and I want us to be on good terms. After thinking long and hard, I decided the best way to win Eevee over is the old-fashioned way, through tasty treats. So I'll be whipping up a special snack from my hometown. Some of the ingredients for it don't grow here in Hisui, but can be found. But I found a few local berries and things that'll make good enough substitutes. 3 stalks of hardy greens, 2 hoppo berries, and 1 raspberry is all that I need. I'm counting on you. So I have the raspberry, but I don't have the grains, and I don't have the other thing. I might in the box. I have to check, though. Get those deposited. I do have the hardy grains. I don't know. I don't think I have the hoppo berries, though. So, I don't think so. Where are they? I remember one of the weirdest things that was kind of confirmed in Sword and Shield that's also kind of retconned in this game is that Sword and Shield made it seem like revives were in fact a mineral that could be found in the ground. Well, there was a reason why I had the spoiled apricorns. I forgot to use it. I was gonna use it to stun repeatedly stun. What am I trying to say? Repeatedly stun Carnivines. Anyway, we have to go forward. And there's more requests. Specifically, more board requests. Krogunk's curative poison. Hessel of the Medical Corps intends to make medicine using Krogunk's poison. Find out what she needs. Oh, there's one in the basement as well. I think that's the Taohua one. Oh, you're here for my request about Krogunk. I remember a member of the Diamond Clan told me that they make medicine by diluting Krogunk's poison. Medicine made from poison apparently can relieve pain in the lower back. I'd love to have some to give Buck. The poor gentleman's bedridden from back pain. I know how to make the medicine, so all I need is the poison. Head to the Mirelands and catch Krogunk. I have a Croagunk. Apparently. Where is he? I remember Croagunk actually was like, Brock had a Croagunk in the anime and would stick its hand in his pants and like poison his dick whenever he got thirsty. It was weird. So this is Croagunk. Got a charming little face, hasn't it? Need a smidgen of your poison, please, Croagunk. Would you be so kind? Grunk. Thanks very much. Now to whip up the medicine. There we have it. This ought to be super effective. Pokemon come to our aid in surprising ways sometimes, don't they? I bet we'd be able to help an even greater range of people in Pokemon if we could set up some kind of aid facility where Pokemon work side by side with us. Of course, we'll need to learn much more about Pokemon if that's ever to happen. I'm starting to think the Survey Corps' work will help us in ways people aren't even aware of. Pestle, my poor back, it's screaming. One moment, I've got a medicine that ought to help. Looks like we'll have Buck up on his feet again, thanks to you and Croagunk. Curative poison, we get full heals and experience candy small. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and use all these on Tabitha. Just to give her a small boost. But you can actually see Buck is back there behind the slats. He says, ow, my back, and he lays like that. Anyway, you have a request. Risa, the aroma of that herb. The nostalgic, unmistakable fragrance. If only I could smell it again. I wonder if the herbs from my home region can be found here in Hisui. Oh, you're part of the Survey Corps, right? Maybe you've seen what I'm looking for. It's an herb that looks like a bluish vine. I've heard it clings to a specific Pokemon. Please let me know if you can manage to catch Pokemon that has herbs that look like blue vines hanging off it. That sounds like my bestie. That sounds like Tangela. Just look at it. It's a solid lump of vines. Actually, that is a black sphere with vines coming out of it. And this aroma, this scent I remember. Yes, these are the herbs from my own. I didn't expect the Pokemon to be so absolutely covered in herbs, I mean vines. And are the vines moving? I wonder what the Pokemon itself looks like underneath all this. Anyway, thank you for finding it. Tangela is actually a really weird Pokemon in Gen 1. Because of the fact you could only find it very late in the game, and it doesn't have an evolution in Gen 1, so it's very mid. Don't worry, I'm only going to take a little bit of your vines to use as herbs. I have an idea. If I lived with Pokemon like you, I'd be able to enjoy this aroma every day. Then just take it! Just take it. Take it, take it, take it. Anyway, now let's go talk to Commander Kamado like 20 minutes later. 25 minutes later. Almost half an hour later. Jesus. Oh, it's Irida. Irida is like very pretty. Like, not in a weird way. I just think she looks very pretty. I commend you on your successful research of the Pokemon living in the Crimson Mirelands. Your next orders are to begin the survey of Cobalt Coastlands. I will let you know in advance, there are no Pokemon nobles in the Cobalt Coastlands. Allow me to explain. We did have a lord in the coastlands until a few years ago. A tragedy took him from us. Now, we've had reports of people seeing strange shadowy figures on the island the Lord used to call his home. We also have received word from both the Security and Supply Corps. It seems some of their members were attacked by a ghost while out gathering materials around Fire Spit Island. These are serious concerns, and moreover, my clan just can't tolerate this desecration of our late Lord's seat. Normally, I'd entrust this to our warden in the coastlands, but her situation is complicated. I entrust my intentions are clear by now. I hereby order you to investigate these reports. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Commander Komodo is heavily designed after Professor Rowan, the Pokemon professor from Diamond and Pearl. I'll meet you in the Cobalt Coastlands. I do love it there. It's a beautiful area. Oh, and I know this must be a bewildering situation to be dropped into. I'm sorry, Akari. Think nothing of it. Akari is a talented and hardworking member of Galaxy Team. I'm sure she will sort things out. Indeed, Akari quelled the Lord of the Woods. I've seen both her strength and her kindness firsthand. The next area for you to investigate will be the Cobalt Coastlands. It is farther afield from the Crimson Mirelands and much farther, and the path is long and trying. With your current rank, you should be capable of braving the coastlands. You know your mission. Investigate Fire Spit Island. So, yeah, we have our orders. I guess now all that's left is to go out into the middle of nowhere. But yeah, you can now see that there's actually a fair number of points of interest now on the map that are little dots. I actually have never tried to see if you can just go to the Wallflower and purchase anything there. At least as far as I can remember. I don't think you can. I think you can just talk to Benny. They say hunger's the best seasoning, but I'd rather rely on Sootfoot roots. Nope, you can't do anything. This is purely a cutscene area. Buying Pokeballs is good and all. Oh, we have a lot. New stuff. We have a superb remedy. A full heal, which we can craft out of berries. Lumberries are pretty much just full heals, but in berry form. Full heals restore any status condition. We have a max ether. Ethers will restore your PP, so that way you can stay out for longer. We now craft a bean cake. And star pieces. Remember when I mentioned this? Yeah, we can craft it. You don't have enough money. That is until I sell you this. Where is it? Star pieces, which are 5,000 apiece. Do I still have any green shard pieces? I thought I did. Anyway, now we can go to crafting recipes, and we can buy the star piece crafting recipe. This will help us greatly for gathering money in the future. Especially since going forward, you're not going to be catching as many new Pokemon, meaning that your cash from rewards will kind of dither a bit. That's kind of why they boost the cash you get, is so as you catch less Pokemon, you're getting compensated to equal it out. So it's really like you're getting a raise, but you're working less. Oh, it's Leon. Ah, if it isn't Akari. Though I suppose it's to be expected that I'd run into you in the village. Where are you going to study Pokemon next? Cobalt Coastlands. Oh, the Cobalt Coastlands. Polina is certainly in a bit of a situation over there. She's a warden, yet she has no noble to see to. There are even some people in the Pearl clan that speak ill of her, though not to her face. Oh, but do forgive me. Perhaps I shouldn't be airing dirty laundry. A piece of advice, then, as an apology for wasting your time. Some Pokemon are strongly affected by certain stones, which hold mysterious powers. With the right stone, you can even evolve some Pokemon. You'd look no further than Cleavor for proof of that. What I'm trying to say is basically that if you and the Survey Corps want to learn all there is to know about Pokemon of this region, then the stones you will find throughout Hisui will be very important. There's even a tale of a stone that contains the power of creation, the very same power that Almighty Sinnoh used to create the universe. He is actually making a point. There are 3 stones associated with the creation trio, being Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. These being the Adamant Orb, Briseus, the Adamant Orb for Dialga, I think. Or is it? Isn't the... No, maybe it's... I think it's the Brilliant Orb? I don't know. There's one for Dialga, one for Palkia, and one for Giratina. The one for Dialga and Palkia just boosted their stats originally, and then the one for Giratina unlocks its origin form. In this game, they introduced 2 different versions of the orb, though, relating to Dialga and Palkia, because, well, you will see. I trust you'll take my advice to heart, and not underestimate how important stones can be. You really are Clay's ancestor. To help grind this fact into you, here, I'll give you some of my rather handy stones and things I found. 2 Grit Pebbles. A mysterious pebble that can raise the effort value for one of Pokemon's stats. It works for only level 6 and higher, but no greater than level 8. And 3 sacks of Grit Gravel. And should you ever want stones that can help Pokemon evolve, I believe the Jinko Guild has them from time to time. Yeah, we've actually obtained a few of these stones. There's several evolution stones. What he referred to, though, regarding Cleavor is there's an evolution stone in this game called Black Agorite, which evolves Scyther into Cleavor. Speaking of which, do you guys have anything new? No, Max Revive set. I think these guys refresh every time you leave the village. Now, as for these pebbles, we can't actually do anything. As for the gravel, we can use it, and I'm not really sure who to use it on. If I wanted to, I could boost his attack even further. Because why not? Might as well, honestly. I'm probably going to regret that later. But yeah, we're starting to get to the point where like these grit items are really helping. These actually replace an item called vitamins in the main game. Vitamins raise the effort value of an associated stat, and there's also different variations of them. Vitamins became very easy to grind in Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's Teal Mask DLC, where while they're not the same item, they have the exact same effect. They are pieces of mochi you get from doing a rather fun minigame, if I have to say. Oh, we also have these experience candies that I'll dump onto Tabitha again. But yeah, we're pretty set, so let's journey forth. Oh, Mass Outbreak Zubat. This is what this means. Alright. So Mass Outbreaks just mean that it's a mechanic I think that was introduced in this game, but it may have been introduced in Sword and Shield. Mass Outbreaks basically mean a certain Pokemon will spawn, and it has a higher shiny chance. Anyway, while we can go there, we are actually going to be returning to the Mirelands for this episode. While we did get our orders and such, I think that our team could use a little more training, especially our non-front liners, such as Luxio, Cherim, and Beautifly. Beautifly, we actually need to complete its Pokédex entry. I never completed Dustox. I remember I actually used Dustox once when I played through the Gen 3 games. What am I looking for? Where's Beautifly at? There you are. So we need to see it use Stun Spore and need to see it use Agile moves. So I'll pretty much be back once I can get that done. So I'll be back in a minute. So yep, more time skips. Really quick before I stop, if anybody's getting upset that I'm time skipping, like in where I'm skipping out all these big grindy sessions, you really don't want to see it, and I don't sit down to play this game outside of recording it really, so it's just kind of easier for me to record and then stop the recording temporarily. Especially because it means that there's not a chance where I encounter something off camera. I can always just turn the camera back on really quick. I say the camera, but like the recording. So it just makes it easier for me. So anyway, I'll be back. So I'm back, but funny thing... So I'm not done yet, but the funny thing is... Because Stun Spore just keeps paralyzing it, and then Agile Style increases my action speed, you can literally just keep on using it, and it extends the paralysis again. So, I'm literally just paralyzing it over and over. Now, it only has it at 3 turns because it doesn't stack any higher than that for the Agile Style version. It's not additive, it just refreshes. So, yeah. But it is easier to use than the other one, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm actually pretty much out of PP for Stun Spore at this point. So now I have no choice but to just kill it. Bug Pokemon are a type of Pokemon that just kind of gets skipped on a lot, but a lot of them are actually decently strong. Anyway, we're at 12 for each. So, I'm gonna travel to camp, and we'll just get back when we'll just get back when I've gotten it. Alright. This should be the last few times I have to use this. I'm gonna use it like 3 more times. And see if that helps at all. Or see if that completes it. If you're curious why I'm doing this if Beautifly doesn't evolve, it's... So I have to admit, I've been saying that, you know, I don't really have conforming teams, and I'm trying to stay true to that. So I'm trying to phase out members of the team that have been here for a while, and Beautifly is definitely not a party member I want to keep around forever. You know. Also, just so you know, Psyduck actually isn't Psychic type. It's just a duck that happens to know a lot of Psychic types. Moves. Anyway, yeah, that's it really for this, so... we can now phase out Beautifly from the team. I also just realized we never actually, like, completed its Pokédex entry until now. So we can now, like, completely phase out its Pokédex, or it from the team. But Luxio, on the other hand, we need to have it use Thunderfang 40 times. Yippee. Luckily, it doesn't need any style moves. Also, I should mention the number you've evolved thing. I think I've mentioned this like 3 times already, but just to say it again. Number evolve includes evolving into and out of that Pokemon, meaning you can get it 2 off of a single Pokemon. Assuming that Pokemon evolves in from and into. So, including that... basically, if that Pokemon is a Stage 1 Pokemon... to use TCG terms, that also evolves. Fun fact, the Pokemon TCG actually has weird rules for baby Pokemon, being that they are treated as basic Pokemon, but they have an evolves into option. Meaning you can play basic Pokemon as if they were evolutions on top of it. And this was to keep certain Pokemon around a certain power level. I don't know if playing baby Pokemon actually did anything, though. Anyway, I'll be back once I've grinded up Luxio to its maximum level, and then we can evolve Luxio and see what it wants. So yeah, I'll be back. I accidentally found Unknown D. It's just over here at this camp. I also found a wisp that's over here, but I'm not sure if I can get that. Because, like, if you look at it, it's over there, and you can't have Pokemon get you wisps. I think we need to actually, like, do something first before we can fully get that, but yeah. Also, just so you know, Shining Outcrops have a chance at better items. Like Stardust, or even Evolution Stones. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm continuing the grind, so I'll be back. Really quick, I realized that I didn't actually read what the research notes for letter D says. So, from what I can tell, it says among stumps and campfire ashes in fields of gold. So the thing that's kind of cool as well is the more of these you catch, like, the easier they become to read. But yeah, that was just what I wanted to show. I'll get back to grinding up Luxio. Because there's Badoo here, I'm feeding them some berries that I have. So yeah. Oh, the berries don't actually last that long. Anyway. After a bit of grinding, I decided to go to the Bogbound camp, but there's actually a request out here, so I thought I would film myself getting it real quick. By Yojiro. Say, you there, can you lend me a hand? I was on my way here from the Mirelands kit. Then this Alpha Hippowdon came after me. I got away, but I dropped the charm I was carrying. Now I can't find it anywhere. I've just got to have it back. If you find a charm laying in the swamp, could you bring it back to me? So yeah, that's that. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose, but I accidentally found another unknown letter. Try to get this one in a heavy ball. I think these guys have a 100% catch rate. I don't know. I think most of the can you catch them is just that you find them. Because I was just over here and I'm like, man, it's a weird thing there. I wonder what it is. And I got closer and realized, oh, that's unknown letter M. Letter M says a tree felled on... A tree felled on sludge. Sorry, I was having trouble reading it. It is a little hard to read. No. Adds character. Anyway. By the way, I don't think I ever really talked about the Leyden ball that much when we got it. So here's the heavy ball, and then here's the Leyden ball. An improvement on the original heavy ball design. A ball that is too heavy to fly high or far, but is highly effective if you manage to hit an unsuspecting Pokemon. It's just an upgrade of the heavy ball that's even heavier, but has a higher catch rate on back strikes. So, yeah. Just so we have them, I'm actually going to craft some of those Leyden balls. I'll show them off. Well, I'm going to craft one because I only have a singular iron chunk. But yeah. Ew, okay, we're back. Like 30 minutes later. We're back. Ew. So I only have to use Bite one more time and Thunderfang one more time. So I have to Bite once and then Bite again, but a little more intensely. And what better person to use it on than this child that ran away from me. You want to wait for them to run away so you can nail them in the head. They run away in fear. Also, Luxio actually isn't a dark type. I think Luxray is a dark type, but... But there we go. Look at it go. We're done with this. Anything else is related to other things that I'm not doing right now. So now we can evolve our current one. Now, Luxray is actually a Pokemon I really like in design. He looks cool. So Luxray is not a dark type. I guess I'm wrong. I always thought it was electric and dark. Let's change moves. What do you have? You have Thunderwave, Crunch, Wild Charge. Crunch is just a better version of Bite. It has extra power and it also lowers target's defensive stats. I don't think flinching is a thing in this game. Normally, Luxray is the king of a strategy known as para-flinching, where you inflict paralysis on a Pokemon and also make it flinch so it's very unlikely to move. So, what gender is our Luxray? Female, so we'd need to get a male one. But its things are Crunch, Thunderfang, and Wild Charge. So we'll keep Luxray on the team. Actually, what should I name you? I have a name for you. Representing Luxray with an identity. Millie. As in milliamp. So yeah, now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and do a request real quick. So first off, we have Gone Astray in the Mirelands, which requires us to use Ursaluna. Oh, it got foggy. So we actually need to hunt down somebody using Ursaluna again. Old Verse 9. Part of a series of old poems that have been unearthed around the Hisui region. Judging from the handwriting, it appears they were all written by the same person. Sure, I've never heard of this. I set the bones of Pokemon adrift upon the river. I let my memories flow on adrift upon the river. Into the ocean they will flow, perhaps around the world to go. How many bones and days now gone have I now set adrift from me? How many bones and days to come will I yet set adrift to sea? While every gift with which I part takes a sliver of my heart. Why is there a sky tumbles? I think I was here earlier. Or am I finding the frickin' original Bible? Oh, I keep seeing that and I want to get it, but I can't. So I think the best thing to do is go from the Mirelands camp and use Ursaluna's abilities. Oh, that's an Alpha Ghastly. I think I can handle this. Bite on. Yeah, that's right. Give me a seed of mastery. Anyway. What was it? Iron chunks? Ooh, I want that, though. Oh, that's 10 iron chunks. Jeez, that's like enough. That's enough for a lot of stuff. I don't really see those sparkle effects render from like a long ways away. Oh, here's a wisp. They ruined the Sonic series. I'm kidding. I genuinely don't think that. Whenever someone's like X thing ruined the Sonic series, I'm typically very skeptical about it. Oh, here we go. Here you are. Ah, person, another real live human being. Oh, thank goodness. I was on my way back to base camp when I got attacked by some wild Pokemon. I managed to get away from them, but I got completely lost while running. Can you please help me get back home? Thank you so much. I just saw a spider dangling. Or, I mean, this way, right? Of course, I knew you meant this direction. Oh my god. Fucking One Piece ass moment. I will add you to my collection. What's that? Oh, okay. We should try out those Leyden balls. I say plural even though there's really only one. I got more of that. I guess I can drop this one because I have a good supply. Hmm. We can craft 5 of them right now. The only thing that really sucks about trying to get Leyden balls is Leyden balls. Oh, I don't have the apricorns, duh. I was just like, man, I need more materials. It's like, yeah, the more of the apricorns, dummy. The main thing that sucks about trying to get Laden Balls is they're kind of not super great for what they are. Like, they have their uses. Like, that's kind of the thing, is it's like, of course they're difficult to use. But, you know, like, one thing is that it's, like, pretty hard to sneak up on Pokemon. I'll say this Lumberry. It's like, the thing that sucks is there's certain Pokemon where it's really hard to sneak up on them. Behind you, please. Whatever. Whatever. I will find a different guy. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, see, we got super close there. You know what, fuck this guy. I'm taking this guy down. It's like, you're getting aqua-tailed. That was painful. Go chair him, it's sunny out. I know you can do it. Use energy ball. Oh, I have a chance to catch this. I'll go for it. Oh, I was like, please miss that. Let's see if Stun Spore will hit this thing. I was like, yeah, Cherim is not going to survive it if it gets Fire Fanged. Grass and Bug are very similar types in terms of, like, weakness, because they're pretty much both weak to fire and flying. I'll see if I can catch you. Catching alpha Pokemon, like, isn't a joke. Why did I send that? Come on. There we go. And we see a sparkly over there. It's the charm. I just killed you! It's back for revenge. I'm gonna use strong style. You're an idiot. I'm flying. You're literally... Does it not have anything other than ground? That's sad. You know what? I'm gonna catch a second one of you. You're not even an alpha, I just realized. You're just like a regular one. I want it. It's like 2 o'clock. After this, I'll stop recording for now. And then I'll go cook food and stuff. That's right. Sure, something taking on a big angry Hippowdon like that. Wait, what's that lying over there? My charm! It's really you! It means a lot to me that you went toe-to-toe with that Hippowdon on my behalf. You'd better believe I won't go losing this charm again, not after you went all that trouble to get it back. So we got some iron chunks and brick gravel. For our troubles here. We also have this medium experience candy. Give it to Millie. This is kind of the thing, is if you level up a Pokemon, you can exploit not needing a revive. Healing items are kind of weird in this game because you can kind of just go to what is effectively this game's equivalent to Pokemon centers at any point. Like, literally, I can just teleport. Now I'm here. Now, it is nice to be able to do that. But still. Anyway, speaking of which, we are going to switch out Beautifly. And for whom exactly should we do so? Could switch it out for Baneri. Or Eevee. I think we'll do Baneri. What even is Baneri's Pokedex entry? Catch without being spotted, defeated, use baby doll eyes, and food. So it's mainly observing it. Is there not multiple things I want to put there? Oh, I don't know, but I do want to craft as many of those as I can. So now we have a steady supply of leaden balls. Anyway, that'll be it for this one. I think I'll just leave it here. So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. You should also subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications. You should check out the links in the description. There's a link to my Blue Sky page where I share personal updates and other thoughts. There's a link to my Twitch page where I live stream occasionally, and also there's a link to my Ko-Fi page where you can support what I do directly to see some content early. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.